Welcome to another Saturday afternoon stream. Today we are going to go for approximately an hour, and we'll see where we're at by then and make a decision whether or not to go past that time. So, um, let's see who is in chat already. And we have Keith Bennett. Welcome. I don't think you've been to one of my streams before. so, um, while we're waiting for the rest of the peanut gallery to file in, and hopefully, YouTube is going to play nice today and not hide a bunch of comments, which it has been doing lately. Whether it's YouTube or Talk Studio, I'm not entirely sure, but there have been ongoing issues with YouTube not showing all of the comments in my streams. So I still have not completely gotten to the bottom of that. Today we are going to talk about CachyOS, which is a Linux distribution based on Arch Linux. And if this wants to play nice, we will bring this up here, or I might end up restarting it. Let's see. What can we do here? Let's just do a reboot and we should be back in business. I did an install before. It's still not playing nice. Okay, so we'll shut it down. I did an install of CachyOS while Tony was getting his stream started, and I played with it a little bit. I don't generally do much with Arch-based distributions, and I'm looking to change that. It's one of those things that is an interest, but I'm not ready to go all in on it at this point. That is really not playing nice. That's not encouraging. But CachyOS is one of those Linux distributions that takes me back 20 plus years to when the Linux installers would present you with a number of options. And you could pick, various things that you wanted installed. You could pick the desktop environment and all this kind of stuff just to start the customization process early on in your whole journey through it. So we will jump into this in a moment. We've got a few other people filing in, so let's say hello. Grish has joined us. Welcome. Terrell. And Keith's saying hi to Grish. And checking in, wife shopping, we'll watch on replay. Fair enough. I know from Tony's comments that Saturday is your shopping day. So enjoy the time out with the wife, and this video will be here waiting for you. Okay, so let me share my screen and we can start up CachyOS. Stick myself on top. All right. So I've done a couple of different things that you will notice here. First of all, As with Tony's channel, I'm a fan of the color purple. You don't see my microphone in frame right now, but it's just out of frame under the camera, and it does have a purple dock pop on it. So this is not your standard grub. This is what is it called? Lim something. But it's a different bootloader, and it does surface snapshots, so you can roll back right from the bootloader. So we'll select that, and then I'll take us into full screen, and we can take a look and get our CachyOS, and then this is kind of special. Uh, if I hadn't told you it was CachyOS, you would think it was PopOS. Um, I am a fan of the Cosmic Desktop. I've been running it ever since it hit alpha, and it's in the 1.0.8 I think version now. They are doing a nice job, still rounding out some edges that may not have been quite there when they first hit 1.0, but that's the nature of software, right? So yeah, this is the Cosmic Desktop, and as implemented on CachyOS, I found a couple of hiccups, shall we say. Um, and granted, I've had very little time to play with this, so I'm sure these are all things I can work out. But I do have Winboat installed. Unfortunately, I am missing a setting someplace. And so when it goes through the prerequisite checklist, it is saying that virtualization is not enabled. Well, um, I beg to differ. Options. KVM hardware virtualization. Yes. So I believe I've got to try to get into the BIOS of the actual virtual machine and toggle a setting there. But with this particular bootloader I'm using, I have not had a lot of luck there. Um, Need to make. Oh, okay. That's an easy fix. That's an easy fix. We can do that. Thank you, Grish. I figured it was something simple I was missing. So we'll shut this down because I haven't played with Winboat yet. I keep hearing people talking about it, and if this is going to make it easy to do, then let's try it, right? We need to go down here to host. Oops. Host. Okay. And then restart. And I don't know, but if this testing in a VM goes well, then I may very well put this on one of my ThinkPad laptops to play around with. So, all right. So let's continue playing and see if we can't get Winboat to play nice with us today. Um, and here we go. Agree. Heh, that did it. Grish to the rescue once again. Um, fine. Win 11 Pro. Custom ISO optional. Say next. Let's do. And let's give it 4 cores. Sure. That's fine for this demo. And install. Okay. Please be patient as this may take up to an hour. Okie dokie. Wow. Anyway, we'll let that run and yeah. As long as you set the CPU to host, it will pass through all instruction sets. Got it. Hello, oh, Chris GPT strikes again. Okay, so while that's doing its thing, let's pop open Firefox and we'll just stay in the VM, I guess, or maybe not. Actually, we'll let that run, and I will pop down here. Make this a little bit bigger. I think that's about as big as I can go. So I have updated Pegaprox today. And they have added some new features in this 0.9.2 version, I believe it is. They tell me 0.9.2.2. And if you go to add cluster, it now has an option for XCPNG in Tech Preview, Proxmox Backup Server, and VMware ESXi. So that is pretty cool. I have been playing with this on and off for a few weeks, and this is my Proxmox Backup Server, which is running on an old i5 third generation box because I had it. And I've got various things backed up to it. But this was, I need to address that later, but that's easy enough. This has been kind of nice for just a quick visual dashboard and just to see what's going on. And I'm trying to keep in mind when I test these various things. You know, even if it may not be immediately useful for me necessarily, I try to keep in mind that, I'm also using some Proxmox at work at the library. I'm wanting to have the ability to have a less technical person be able to do at a glance monitoring, right? And I think that's where Pegaprox is going to be useful for me. I will, create a secondary user, be able to let them hit the visuals on all this stuff or a majority of this stuff. And then if there is a problem, an issue, they can then report it up to me and I can uh, keep going. So, dun, dun, dun. So, yes, we've got Nils here. Welcome. And Cyber Gizmo is making an appearance. Welcome, sir. It's nice to have you here with us this afternoon. Let's see, I've come across those issues before, so I share the knowledge. Absolutely. And honestly, I've seen the problems before. I just, when I get into a live stream, part of my brain sort of switches onto autopilot, and I feel like I'm more concerned about keeping the stream going and keeping up with um, comments that I am just doing the same level of troubleshooting I do here on my own. So anyway, this is a pretty cool tool. I'm very interested to see how it's going to develop over time. Something else that I've been playing with. This is another tool, a command line tool that you can run it on. It's supposed to run on Linux, Mac OS, and Windows. The Windows version I tried at the library, and I kept getting error messages using the proper syntax, the same syntax I was using here, because I sent myself an example of my command line. Um, but this is obviously a command line tool. It's a little techier. But it will query a lot of the lower level tools, a lot of the command line tools on a Proxmox system, and it will give you uh, a bunch of information back. So, it'll tell you no recent backups found, VZ dump backup not configured. It will tell you disk unused is 64.42 gigabytes. I can delete that if it's an unused disk, save myself some space. Snapshots older than 1 month. Um, the tool is called CVE, CVE for PVE diag. Dash diag. In case anybody was going to ask. I think I may have mentioned it in a previous stream, but that could have been just my uh, group of guys that are in the Signal chat, the members Signal chat. So this is a pretty interesting tool. Once I get the fingerprint authentication working consistently, I will probably do a full video on this tool. Currently, when I bang out the command line, I am using my Proxmox password in plain text on the command line. I don't really like that method, but I'm just learning the tool. I've had access to it for about 3 days, so I'm not beating myself up about not using the most secure method at this point in time. It's okay. I'll get there. um, Alonzo, welcome in, my friend. Good to see ya. Okay, so let's jump back and see where we're at on our wind boat. Um, Grab a coffee and check the installation status in your browser. So maybe that'll be nice and actually open the browser so we can see the status as it is going. I'm not going to hold my breath on that one. But it's all good. Um, so I'm going to bring myself back up full screen, and I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the crazy shenanigans that are going on at the library at my day job. And so, as most of you have heard me talk about prior to this stream, we are ramping up for a construction project. Um, the director has expressly, in no uncertain terms, told us we are not supposed to refer to it as a renovation. It is a facelift. It is a light remodel. I will freely borrow from our politicians and say we're putting lipstick on a pig, for what it's worth. Um, so basically, it's a two-phase project. And so the first phase is the part of the library where all the books are. So, um, starting Thursday, this coming Thursday, the library is going to be closed to the public for probably 3 weeks. There's a crew coming in. They're going to pack up all of the books and move them out of the way. Whether they're staying in the building or being moved out of the building, there seems to have been some miscommunication about that particular point. Uh, but the first phase is the side where all the books are, and there's going to be paint and carpet and a few odds and ends of that nature, right? So phase one doesn't really involve me doing a whole lot as far as the network and having to run extra cabling and things, but it is um, a needed stepping stone to get us where we need to go with the building, right? Phase two is going to be the interesting one. So, when phase one is complete, we'll have a couple of days where the staff will be working because we're going to have a truckload of returned books and other items to process so that we can do a partial reopening, a semi reopening. And then during phase two, we will be relocating the circulation desk to a temporary location. The staff will be moving. Part of us will be working off site. Part of us will be working off from folding tables in our meeting room, faux meeting room, I guess you could say. And so, like copiers and other printers, and different things will need to be moved so that the construction can be done on the staff side. There are a couple of um, pieces that I am going to be working with vendors on. Um, to help us get some of the network stuff moved, relocated on the wall, and basically it's getting a cabinet and it's moving up towards the ceiling. At this point, we don't have a dedicated server room, nor do we even have a full size server rack. Um, and it is what it is. It's a stepping stone. It's going to be better than what we've got right now, but it's not ideal um, when it comes down to brass tacks, right? So by the end of May, everything should be done, both phases, right? And that'll be wonderful because then we can unpack, the staff can unpack into our new desks. We can, we'll have a few amenities that we've never had access to before. And we'll all have more storage space in which to keep things much more organized at our desks than has previously been possible. So I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be chaotic. It may impact my ability to do things on YouTube for a period, just because I don't know, even when the other staff is out of the building, how much they're going to want me to do as far as running network cabling and things of that nature. So, whatever. In all honesty, I'd be happier if the construction crew were just running the network cabling and I'll terminate it, but whatever. Give me a hard hat. I'll go in with my tool bag and I can pull cable and get it terminated and cleaned up. Not a big deal, right? So, in any event, it's going to be several weeks or a month, really, or 6 weeks maybe, worth of semi chaos. But the end result will be great. I One of the reasons I've stuck around at the library is I wanted to see this project through. Now, whether I stick around after this or for how long I stick around after this, I'm not entirely sure. In all honesty, because homie needs to get paid, right? You don't get rich working at a public library. That being said, we've got a good team at the moment. Although sometimes the assistant director gets her motherly feathers ruffled and treats us all like we're her kids. And I'm sorry, I'm 52 years old. My mother's been dead for more than 20 years. I don't need a mother in my life. I'll just say that right up front. And I've got no apologies available for that. Um, so, let's see. Did I miss anybody? Keith Bennett is in the house. Welcome, sir. All right. So I don't know whether or not I'll throw this back up on screen. I don't know whether or not this is going to complete by the time we finish the stream. It is not. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. 84%. So we'll let that sit for a few more minutes. Okay, so excuse me. So if my voice sounds a little off today, um, yesterday, much of my day I spent running up and down the steps to the second floor storage area, and there is known mold and other stuffs up there. Lots of dust, mold, you name it. There, it's probably growing up there. The building's 150 years old, give or take. Um, Prior to being the library, it's been a library since 1968, which is before my time. Prior to being the library, it spent a period as an A&P food store, and then you know, closing in on 85, 90 years ago, it was a Chevrolet dealership, which explains why the front of the building slants towards the street, because they would bring the new cars in off the front of the building to have in the showroom. So I have I don't have them here, and I'll see if I can't send myself copies of them next week, and maybe uh, if I'm able to stream next week, and it'll probably be later on Saturday because I think I've got to go into work for a few hours because of other events people have going on. Maybe not, since we're close to the public. I'll have to figure that one out. In any event, I'll see if I can't send myself those pictures or share them with myself and be able to show them off on stream, just to show sort of you know, the face of the building over the years. And hey, you know, maybe somebody will find it interesting. The second floor of the building, as I mentioned, is a storage area. At one point in time, and I don't know how long ago they moved out of there, but at one point in time, the second floor of the building was the Odd Fellows Hall. So there are some interesting remnants from that period up there. I mean, not like anything you would find in an Oddfellows Hall on the East Coast or anything like that, but there are a couple of doors that have like peepholes cut in them with little wooden um, covers. And they've got a buzzer so you can ring for somebody to answer at the peephole. Uh, but yeah, my understanding is the second floor still has knob and tube wiring in parts of it. So um, we were really hoping, we were really hoping that the bond would have passed and we would have been able to renovate the whole building in one fell swoop, and you know, put in an elevator, make the second floor usable, you know, do all the things that would bring it up to date and future proof it for the next 75 years. You know, it's disheartening a little bit to find out that the mayor would rather the library relocate off from Main Street, um, which, as far as I know, the library has always been on Main Street. We I guess the original library sat where there's now a convenience store and gas station. That library burned, or the building burned. I suspect the library had moved out of the building before it burned, but I don't know that for sure. Then we moved to at some point to where City Hall is currently, which is two doors down from where the current library is. So, it's been an interesting run for the library in the last 150 years, right? um, so I'm just I'm I'm kind of on the fence. I'm not getting any younger, so part of me wants to come up with some creative ways to make money on the side and just stay here until I retire. Other parts of me want to go where there's greener pastures and make more money and be able to do more things, in the next 20 years before I retire. Um, but yeah, it is what it is. Um, if I stay where I'm at, I'll probably work until I drop dead. Because yeah, the way things are getting more expensive, ain't nobody got money to retire on. You know, I certainly don't. Um, but it's all good. It's all good. I'm not gonna fret. I'm not gonna get worked up about it. It's gonna work itself out, and what'll be will be, right? Okay, so just a status check. We're still stuck at 84% on installing Windows 11. Um, so we'll minimize that again. Yes, odd. You could use that term to describe the group of misfits that join me for my live streams, I suppose. Um, oh, would you imagine that? Check that out. We move away from it and it pops open. Windows for Docker. See how well this works. It is kind of interesting though. I may just need to dedicate more RAM to this VM. But very interesting to see Windows booting in a web browser. Um, oh, false alarm. Okay, so you get to look at my ugly dome again. Um, um, yes, TVJ, I am installing Windows 11 using Winboat, which is Windows 11 in Docker. Um, which if this actually works, uh, this is going to be a game changer for me. Because I'm excuse me, very much in favor of keeping Windows isolated as much as possible. And if I can isolate it in Docker, two thumbs up, even better. Um, so yeah. Oh, wow, we're all so normal. um, so yeah, we're about 40 minutes in. Um, other than the craziness that's going to ensue, and I'll have more information on that as it goes. I'll likely be keeping the members group more updated. I try not to share a lot of information about what's going on at work in public streams, but since I'm not mentioning the name of the library in today's stream, I don't feel too bad about it. So yeah, you need to grab one of the doors, um, and we can use it for the stream entrance. You can look through the hole and decide to open or not. Yeah. um, they're not like elaborate doors. They're solid wood doors, but I mean they're probably 100 years old if I had to guess. But I could stamp a picture of those. Um, one with the peephole open and one with the peephole closed, type of thing. Could be kind of fun to use somehow. um, that's a good idea. Thank you, Keith, for suggesting that. I'll have to snag some pictures with my phone when I'm up on the second floor next week. So what I started to say earlier, a couple minutes ago, before I got distracted by Windboat, since there's mold and things upstairs, um, my sinuses are just going bonkers last night and today, and it's one of those things that if I had taken allergy meds yesterday before I was running up and down into the the stuff that's on the second floor, then I probably would have been better off. But here we are. So today is I took allergy meds this morning, and I'll probably pop a couple of ibuprofen just to make sure I'm not going to end up with any sinus headaches or anything like that going on, and keep my projects moving here because there's always 101 projects I've got to do at home too because I have no roommates or significant other to help with projects around here. So it's all good. It's um, just part of my normal life, right? Keith, thank you for the retirement donation. I appreciate that. Um, I am trying to take earnings from the YouTube project at large, and I try to split it between more equipment for the YouTube project and stashing extra into retirement. And it's every little bit helps, right? I've got a um, talented, I'll say, maybe I'm biased, a talented financial planner. He was my college roommate. So he does a great job of growing the money that I've got saved, and I think he's tripled it. Um, and so if that can be tripled a couple more times between now and the time I'm 72, then I think I'll be set to have to downsize still, but if I can have a two-bedroom apartment with a room for a studio and a bedroom, I'll be all set. That's all I need. That's all I need. um, and let somebody else worry about property upkeep and all the craziness. And if the roof starts to leak, it's somebody else's problem because I'm just paying rent. Um, yes, if everybody can hit like and give me just a moment. Uh, I don't know if you've seen this before, Keith, but since my oh, I don't think I've got that in. Oh, there we go. like and subscribe because that's how my last name is pronounced. So I'm cashing in on that. I've got to fix the other graphic because this one I can sort of snake my head in behind the eyes. Um, so so yeah, that's kind of fun. Um, uh, so it's all about having fun here, right? I just there's so many things in life that you just can't control, and I'm at the age where I just my filter is broken, and there are times I'll bite my tongue, and there are times I'll run my mouth, and sometimes I run my mouth when I should bite my tongue, but that's okay. I blame the defective filter. Um, in other news, I suppose, in 1 month, my father is turning 80 years old. So, congrats to him in advance. He's got a couple of doctor's appointments scheduled between now and then, by the sounds of it. Um, you know, the at the beginning of last year, 2025, he, being the stubborn person he is, and I haven't had to listen to my mother tell me that I'm just like him in over 20 years that she's been deceased. But the stubborn man that he is, so if I'm stubborn, I came by it naturally, right? He decided to go out winter of 2025 and shovel some snow. Um, and he proceeded to slip on the ice and land on his back. And I think he smacked his head on the paved driveway. And he's been in for some procedures to get some shots, cauterize some nerves to try to take care of this whatever this issue is. I don't know as though they've actually defined it, but uh, they seem to think that there were actually some issues, which he's never been a person to have like consistent headaches, and he's been mentioning these headaches for better part of a year now. And so this next doctor he's going to go see sounds like they're going to do some injections at the base of the skull. I don't know what kind of injections they are. I don't have that information yet. But in any event, I'm hoping that his quality of life can get back on track because you know, he spent 50 years, over 50 years, I think 53 total as a funeral director. And you know, hauling Aunt Tilly out of her basement apartment at 3 o'clock in the morning after she passes away could do a number on your neck and back, and then you know standing over a prep table doing embalming and this and that and the other. So you know, and like I am now, he was a pretty big dude. Uh, he had gastric bypass. He took off like 60% of his weight uh, at the time. And he's at like, what, 160 pounds now. So I don't know if I want to go through the surgery he went through, but I know they've got other treatments now that are on my radar. I likely won't investigate them until after he's passed, if I have to be 100% honest. Um, I don't have the mental bandwidth or the time bandwidth to go through all that process while he's still around, knowing that he's a big question mark. Because being the oldest child, I have been told that I'm going to be the executor of the estate, and to which I continue to reply to him, we need to get to the lawyer's office and get this in writing. I don't want the other siblings contesting a bunch of stuff. Um, After you're gone, and it's just a fact of life when you're in your 50s, right? Your parents are likely going to uh, be deceased before you hit 60, right? um, so it is what it is. Um, uh, so hey. Okay. I completely got this way off on a tangent, but um, love the eyes looking. Thank you. That was a suggestion from one of the peanut gallery that typically hangs around my live streams. I think the original image was something that I had slightly doctored off from Canva, and then they took the image and photoshopped the eyes out so that I could have the googly eyes effect going through it. um, okay, so uh, yeah, things are progressing. I have my doubts that this is going to finish by the time we wrap the stream up. I may go till quarter after two just to see if it'll finish by then. If it's not, then we'll cut and run and regroup on this another time. Once it's running, I can show Winboat. I mean, it's going to look like Windows 11, people. It's just they came up with a way to run Windows 11 in Docker, which props to them for figuring that out. I think it's a great idea. I'm going to be interested to see what the performance is like. I think that's the $50 million question right there. And you know, get things moving on that when they're able. So I'm gonna take that out of full screen and got another comment. Keith says Shannon and I just went through this. Shannon had to be the executor. Need to have a will. Need to be a signer on his checking accounts. Yep, yep. I just had another of many conversations with him yesterday about his will. Um, and I was a little blunt. I said, with these procedures you've got coming up, you know how lawyers work. If they don't think that you're competent, they're not going to let you sign this stuff. And so, I said I'd like to get this done sooner than later, preferably. I've been talking to him about this for the better part of 10 years. So, did I mention he's stubborn? um, to add insult to injury, I went to the dentist this week thinking it would just be a typical 6 month cleaning. Come to find out, when after the hygienist did the cleaning and Doc came in, he starts poking around and he got looking at this tooth that I had a root canal done on like 20 odd years ago, and wanted an X-ray of it. It's like, okay, so cleaning cost me $200 after the X-rays. Um, but in any event, he didn't like something after doing the X-rays, and so now I've got to go out and see a specialist and see if they come to the same conclusion about potentially doing some additional work on this tooth that I've already had a root canal on. Needless to say, this was not an expense I was planning for, but hey, why not? Everything else is going up in price. Why not, tap into the old emergency savings for more dental work, right? Um, if it's not one thing, it's another. It's what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger, so they say. Of course, Billy Joel famously said, "Only the good die young," and once you pass 50 years of age, I guess that means that I'm going to live a long life because I'm too old to die young at this point, right? So yeah. Um, well, the only reason I'm going along with this is because the way the X-ray looked, it made my doc think that there might be an infection starting, because when they put the post in for the root canal, it didn't go down as far into the tooth bed as a properly done root canal would. Um, yeah, it could be a money grab. I mean, I I don't know. I don't know. My feeling is I'll get it done. I'm hoping that with the work that I've had done the last 2 years, that this will be the last of it, and um, I can uh, keep my attention on putting extra in retirement, and after I build back my emergency savings again. Um, but I should have enough to cover it out of pocket, tapping into the emergency savings fund without fully depleting it. So it'll be fine. It'll all work itself out. It's just not a setback I had anticipated for 2026. It's all good. Um, it's all good. All right. We still have 11 people watching today. I can't believe it. I think we had 13 at one point. At least that was the highest number I recall seeing when I glanced at the number on top of Talk Studio. So, uh, I've covered what I had to cover today. Obviously, Windboat is taking its sweet time because why not? Granted, it did say at the beginning that it could take up to an hour, so I can't fault it. We are just at the 1 hour mark. So, um, yeah. Let me bring something up over here, and I'll share my screen for just a moment. Um, so, um, I've been contemplating for a while now on what to do with this wall behind me, right? I don't really want to put a bunch of holes in the wall if I can avoid it. And I've seen this company uh, called Displate a number of times. And no, I'm not rolling out a neon sign. I still have the link from Tony. I will likely be still doing that. But um, these are kind of cool. They come in different sizes, and they are prints on a sheet of metal. And then you put double-sided adhesive on the wall, and you just one side is magnetic, and then you just stick the plate to the wall. Makes it easy to rearrange them and do different things if I should get bored with a particular option that's behind me. So I guess I wanted to throw this out to people here still today and ask the question: have you heard of this company? Do you know anybody that's used these? The reason that I'm interested in these, beyond the magnetic nature of them, and that they're a little more durable than just paper posters, they do have things like your Star Wars. They've got video game related stuff. Um, but um, a lot of music related stuff as well. And anybody that's been around my channel for any length of time knows I'm a huge Led Zeppelin fan. And they've got oodles and oodles of Zeppelin related options, although how Stevie Wonder got into this mix, I'm not entirely sure. Um, oh, there's AC/DC down there too, but lots of Led Zeppelin. They also have um, Black Sabbath, which I've seen them in concert. And one of the reasons I still gravitate towards these guys is not only have I seen them twice in concert, but they use a lot of purple in their different um, posters. So um, I thought it would be kind of cool to do that, and then there are different things. Of course, Fallout is popular at this point, but if you go under gaming, I think like Eat, Sleep, Game, Repeat. You've got your Arc Raiders. I wouldn't be surprised if you've got like Pac-Man and some of the classic stuff in here. Game Over, that's a play on the Chrome no internet game that's built into the Chrome browser. Um, Pac-Man. That's kind of cool. Um, That is kind of cool. Um, but anyways, I was curious to see what people thought about something like that as an option for my back wall here. Um, I'm not going to buy a bunch of them all at once, especially at $50 a pop. But and that's for the medium size one. If you go up to extra large, then maybe this one's not available in extra large. That's fine. Um, but I just thought it would be something different. I've not seen too many other creators use these yet. So um, I thought it would be fun. I thought it would be fun. So that see. Plus, it's nested virtualization. There's some overhead with that. Yes, absolutely. The Black Flag, Black Sabbath crossover is funny. Yeah. Should reflect your passions and likes. Yep, that was sort of the reason for doing or thinking about something like this. Is in a prior career, well, not directly previous, but going back a number of years. Um, wow, this year will be 30 years ago. I started working at a video store. Yes, people, there were these things, these mythical places called video stores. You would go there and you would rent videos to take home and watch. This was in the days before Netflix and all that modern tomfoolery. Uh, um, so yeah, it was a fun job in a lot of ways. Didn't pay great, but it was fun. It was fun. And it was the people that made it fun. Not only the coworkers, but the customers that came in. So, y- you know, I guess in retrospect, looking back across several of my jobs over the years, the the recurring theme that I've seen is that um, as much as dealing with the general public can be irritating as all hell. I'm trying to be as nice as possible about this, but irritating as all hell. Speaking of hell, I've been there. Look it up. It's on the Michigan map. Um, as are Paradise and Climax. That's a whole other story. Um, but yeah, the job I hated the most was working in corporate America. Every other job I've had dealt with some subset of the public, and there are a lot of times when it can be difficult to keep your composure, but it's when you get that handful of people that actually tell you that they appreciate you and what you've done to help them. That's what makes it all worthwhile, right? And I think that's why um, I've stuck in these types of jobs over the years. When I took the job at the library in 2019, I didn't have any intention of staying there more than 2 years. And then COVID happened. And here I am. I'll hit 7 years at the beginning of September, um, which is hard to believe, but maybe I'll hit 10 years and go my merry way. Maybe not. I don't know. um, I've spent many, many hours. Also Christmas. Yep, there is Christmas in Michigan. At video stores, used to buy PC games in a box. Yep, been there. Been there. uh, um, in fact, I've still got they're not PC games, but they were for the Commodore Amiga. Yes, I was one of those people. Uh, if I'd had the money, I would have been into video production long, long before I was. Because the Commodore Amiga, um, back in the day was one of the computers that were used for early video production. Some people might remember a product called the Video Toaster from NewTek. Long before the TriCaster and all this Windows-based stuff that they've had over the years. But that's neither here nor there. I did get to see a video toaster in operation a few times. It was pretty impressive piece of kit for the early to mid 90s. So, in any event, I will take one more peek at this and see what we've got happening. It says it's connecting. Um, says it's connecting. Well, I wonder if it crashed. I guess I wouldn't be terribly surprised. Wouldn't be terribly surprised. So I think I've got some additional work I need to do on this because it did not restart itself properly. And I was too busy yakking to keep my attention on it. um, so, let's see. How much RAM does this VM have? It's currently got 12 gig of RAM, I believe. Yeah, 12 gig of RAM and 8 processor cores. I may restart it and give it 24 gigs of RAM and 12 processor cores. Well, I don't think I ran out of. Well, I could have run out of RAM for the application, uh, but if the whole operating system had run out of RAM, it would have crashed. So, um, um, it's possible. The Windows container itself, I think I gave that 4, which should be minimum to run Windows 11. I probably should have given that 8. I probably should have doubled it. But live and learn, right? If you don't succeed, try again, and then make a YouTube video about it. Because why not? So, all right, everybody, we've made it the 75 minutes I expected to, and a little bit more. So, I need to run and grab a few groceries, and then I've got projects I need to be working on here today. So, thank you all once again for being here. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like button. Um, and yeah, I appreciate the participation in the chat today. This was fun, and you humor me through my couple of rants that I had, so that's always a treat. Um, I don't really have anybody else to vent to at the moment, so um, it happens. So, all right, everybody, have a great afternoon and enjoy the rest of the weekend. And if you're a religious person, say your little prayer, and hopefully all things will fall into place at the library next week for me. Uh, if you're not a religious person, throw salt over your shoulder, or whatever you want to do to within reason, right? I'm not going to judge. It's not my place. On that note, everybody have a great afternoon, and we'll talk soon.